Does your business have a story? Does it have an interesting narrative behind it? I guarantee you it does. You just may not have defined it yet. Now, I know it's kind of hard to do to write about yourself. It's hard to get that objective perspective to be able to identify, what is it about my history? What is it about my positioning, my unique value propositions, my sustainable competitive advantages? All these circumstances that kind of come together to create this compelling narrative behind your company, but you've got to get that articulated before you can move forward with any real marketing or advertising, because you won't gain that exponential benefit without having that compelling narrative. Because people are seeking content and they want to write about your company, and so you got to help them out by determining what is newsworthy about our business. We're going to talk about putting together that compelling narrative for your company right after this.
Welcome to the Communication Culture, where we help entrepreneurs and small businesses build transparency and accountability through effective communications. If you like this content, let's talk. Email Loy at loyedge.com or call 877-LOY-EDGE. Now, here we go.
Okay, so my many years in advertising, I had a lot of fledgling businesses who were really frustrated by the fact that they couldn't cut through the noise and get the message out about what's special about their company. But then when I talked to them, they were relying on just kind of traditional marketing and advertising and hadn't really taken advantage of all the free media that's out there. I mean, a lot of this was before the days of the digital media, but I think it all still applies now. I mean, it's all just logical. People are looking for content. You've got to help them out. Journalists are like anybody else. They want their job to be easy. So number one, you've got to figure out the who, what, why, where, when, and how of your own business and distill that down into a compelling narrative so that you can share it with people, and they will in turn share it with the public. So how do you do this? Well, a lot of times it's part of the process of creating your company's culture, because part of your company's culture is figuring out the positioning, both short-term and long-term. And you want to give employees a clear picture of who they're working for, what they're working toward. You can't do all this until you've really defined your company culture. Part of that is these unique value propositions I talked about. What are the competitive advantages that are sustainable that you're building that are going to help you gain market share and help you grow? Now, all businesses have a plan, but you've just got to make sure you're articulating it so that your message is prepared ahead of your media. You got to put the message before the media, because the last thing you want to do is spend a lot of effort and a lot of dollars getting a message out there that's going to be interpreted differently from what the reality is, or at least what your vision is. Now, if you have trouble getting started with this, or it just seems like an overwhelming task, give me a call or email me. If you're one of my subscribers, I'm glad to do it for you. I think with a brief conversation, maybe 20 minutes, an hour maybe, we can get at least enough of an outline put together where you can start envisioning what this compelling narrative is going to be for you. Now, we're going to talk about this a lot more in future communication culture videos, but start thinking about your story. Your business has to have a story. You need the who, what, where, when, why, and how. Pretend like you're a reporter for a weekly business publication and you're writing a story about your business, write it for me. We'll be back next time with more tips on the communication culture.